So this might sound like a bit of a ludicrous idea or sound like a bit of a far-fetched take, but did you guys know you can actually play more than just one video game? I know, right? It came as a bit of a shock to me too at first, but get this. 2 lots of games means 2 lots of content. So maybe rather than just continuously crying in my comment section, how about you just enjoy having double the uploads instead? Alright, so I'm going to be the first one to admit this. This video is a tad late. I actually had all this gameplay recorded like a week ago, but then when I went to edit the video, well, some unforeseen circumstances may have gotten in the way. But it's here now, so without further ado, here's the deck list. Now before I get into the deck list, just a reminder that if you're enjoying any of the content you are watching or find any of it useful, to please drop a like on the video down below and consider subscribing to the channel whilst you're down there. I'll be making a buttload of content on Master Duel and on Duel links on this channel from now on, including free-to-play builds, meta stuff, memes, guides, basically everything, and the new Duel Links Phantom Knight box drops soon, so if you're interested in any of that stuff, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. Alright, so what exactly is new here? Well, recently Konami did a pretty nice little update to a bunch of the skills in the game, and one of them was Domination of Darkness. Now this skill basically does the same thing it used to do, but there has been some major buffs to it. Firstly, you only need to run 5 evil hero monsters now instead of 10 evil hero cards, including their fusion spells. This on average now leaves you with 2 extra slots in the deck for additional tech options. Secondly, the skill went from only being usable twice per duel to infinite uses, meaning the grind game for this deck just got a bit better. And last but not least, the best update this skill got, it can now play 2 Xyz monsters in the extra deck. This means I've now teched in Solid Soldier into the list, as he's obviously great at creating Xyz monsters and doesn't mess with the requirements for your skill to activate, along with Malevolent Sin and Excalibur, giving this deck access to Banish and a 4k beat stick. Other than that, the list is a pretty stock standard list, other than the addition of Monster Reborn. Alright guys, that's going to do it for the deck list portion of the video. The rest of the video will be gameplay with commentary showcasing the list in action. Remember, if you're enjoying the video or finding any of the content useful, to please drop a like down below and consider subscribing to the channel whilst you're down there. Enjoy the gameplay. Alright, let's get into it. So as you can see, this deck's win rate was pretty damn good. I think I played 10 games and I won 7 of them, which is pretty good. Now, I'm going to be completely honest here, as you can probably see from the dates, I haven't played Duel Links in about a week, so I don't quite remember these replays too much, so hopefully this won't affect the casting too much, but yeah, let's get into it. What I remember was this deck list surprised the shit out of me, because I thought the skill update was going to be basically not even video worthy. It was actually such a nice update. The skill addition, like the addition of having new Xyz monsters, is really good. Alright. Yeah, like I said, I don't actually remember any of these replays. This is going to be kind of a weird bit of commentary today. Try to remember as I go. A good YouTuber would have just watched the replays first before, you know, starting recording, but why would I do that? Alright. Thankfully, we drew MST, so we're going to remove that back row real quick. Stratos going to be searching for Adusted Gold. Searching for our Dark Calling so we can make Bane. Never mind, we're not playing Master Duel. Bookamaning is... oh, sorry, what would... oh, yeah, Bookamaning is monster, forcing him to use his swap out early. Domination of Darkness can be revealing our Lightning Golems so we can summon our Lightning Golems straight from the extra deck. And not enough for lethal because he gained a bit of life points, but we have a Treacherous, we have a Book of Moon. This game is pretty donezo. And we can even do a bit of BMing to summon ourselves an Excalibur. Just in case, you know, just in case he somehow lived. The skills actually fundamentally just sounds really good on paper. Just in general, having a skill that turns your fusion spell into a fusion monster with no material is actually just so good. Turns Stratos into like a 1-card fusion, so it's like a really good skill. The only thing that kind of holds it back a bit is, you know, the lack of actual power on the monsters we have. Since the fusion monsters in this game we've got for this deck aren't exactly the greatest. But the fact that they're one card creatable makes it so that even if they're not the greatest, they're pretty damn good. Also, I think I usually ignore that 8-game win streak. I think that's from using half from another deck. This deck didn't have an 8-game win streak. Like I said, won 7 out of the 10 games I played. My opponent trying to play the interesting Dark Magician build that uses the Apprentice, that ends on, of course, Rhino. Something you might be seeing out of me soon from the new box, actually. Some kind of new Rhino build. Alright, this dude gonna be summoning his Rhino. Solid Soldier, summon our Stratos, search for another Stratos we already have Adusted in hand. Exceed summon into Malevolent Sin. This forces our opponent to use the Rhino now, which is good because we haven't even used our Domination of Darkness yet. Dark Calling, summoning Lightning Golem. Going to destroy his monster. Searching for another one, which I don't think we can use this turn, but next turn we have follow-up. Plus we have MST, of course, for his circles. And even if he did survive this turn, we could have then used a Dark Calling on the following turn, and we had a Stratos Search as well. Alright, game 3. I don't think you guys understand how weird it is recording a Duel Links video after doing so much Master Duel content recently. The game feels so skinny now, because it's only just like this tiny screen. It's really hard to describe. Maybe you guys understand if you've played a bit of Master Duel now and now you're coming back to watch some Duel Links stuff. It feels so odd. Anyway, summon Stratos, again searching... Oh no, sorry, we already have him in hand. So we're searching for Solid Soldier. Now the turn 1 of this deck is pretty rubbish, I'm not gonna lie. You can't really do a whole lot. So we're just gonna summon our monster, and that's kind of about it. Now, this is also important to note. Your Monster Reborn can't actually resummon this guy from the grave, or resummon the monsters you fusion summon. I actually forget why this is, I did know, but I forgot already. Now maybe someone in the comment section will tell you, but... Oh yeah, that's right, because of these monsters can only be special summoned with Dark Fusion, so Monster Reborn can't actually summon them. You will see the reason I've got Monster Reborn in here in a bit. It's also really good for just resummoning things like Stratos and getting searches through that way. There's another reason to use Monster Reborn, which you'll see in... I don't think this replay, but you'll see in another one. So I shouldn't have summoned this one. I should have summoned another more useless one, since this is probably the most important one in the extra deck. I should have summoned... I don't know, summoned like this dude or something, since he's pretty useless, and just chucked him there for some extra protection. But yeah. My opponent was playing Cyber Angels, not exactly the most meta matchup, but... Egerton, using Benton, getting a search. Getting PTSD from Drytrons. So I think that's the ritual deck. Petite Angel searching Dakini. Summoning out. And forcing me to send a monster to grave. Thankfully no lethal though, so we're good to go. Solid Soldier, summoning another monster, destroying the back row, now Xyz summoning into Malevolent Sin. And here's where the skill comes in. Domination of Darkness puts ourselves a 2600 attack beater in the graveyard that we can resummon with Monster Reborn. So that's one of the cool uses you can do with this. You can also summon the broken ass, you know, Elemental Hero Clayman by just putting that in the graveyard too. So, pretty nasty Monster Reborn. Alright. Keto Cyber time. Now I have no idea what this dude is playing at all. Life Point Boost Alpha isn't a good start. I was playing Harpies. Not sure why he's using Life Point Boost Alpha. Couldn't actually think for himself to get a better skill, but after the skill update. But anyway. He breaks pretty hard, which is nice for us. So we're going to be summoning out our boy, Wild Cyclone, who when he gets to swing, he can destroy all the back row. So he immediately floodgates that. He doesn't want that shit happening. Bit annoying because we can't really do anything else, so just pass the turn. His hand is still absolute garbage, so of course we're going to take full advantage of that. Look at this, guys. Evil hero stomping a Harpy player? Must be tier 1. Never mind, he's bricked his ass off. Tier 1. I kept this replay purely for this, by the way, because I wanted to show off this guy's effect. So this guy's effect allows your hero monsters to attack twice by banishing himself. So I banish him, target this guy so he can swing twice, and I can also then do a normal summon afterwards, so... Literally only kept it because I wanted to show off that you can make things double swing with, Gainer. Because the replay itself was obviously pretty, it's more my opponent bricking my deck being good, so... But we take those, boys, we take those. Alright, final game. Alright, going first. Duel. Alright, this guy's playing some interesting looking Chaos Lightsworn thing. Oh, yeah, I think I remember how. Wait. No, I'm trying to remember what this replay was. I think I remember what happened. Alright, so I Treacherous track all his monsters, so we can't do any summoning. For some reason, I kept the one in attack position on board, so he can now do a bit of damage to me. Definitely intentional. Yeah, not sure about that one. But we did manage to bait the shit out of our opponent with double MST, because he uses his Leviathan to destroy the back row, which was absolutely nothing, so he could have had lethal on board there if he wanted. Summons out a mech. Thankfully he doesn't have enough attack for lethal, so we're good to go. Yeah, we nearly killed ourselves by leaving this in attack position, not getting rid of the other one. Not really sure what I was doing there. Either way. Alright, Stratos, searching for Adusted Gold. Getting Dark Calling. Domination of Darkness, once again summoning our big boy. Destroying his monster. And now we don't quite have lethal yet on board. So we use Monster Reborn and our opponent's only lot of protection in his graveyard. He had nothing else. He just had his Stego Cyber to keep himself alive. Yoinked that shit. And just because we have that on board now, we actually have enough damage for, I think, was it exact lethal? I know, it's a bit over. Another good use of Monster Reborn. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's replays. Hope you enjoyed them. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And hope to see you in the next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob?
Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis.
Oh.